So welcome back to another My League rebuild here at NBA 2K20. Today's video, we're going to be doing another prospect rebuild today using Cole Anthony, putting him on the Washington Wizards. I think this fit is actually kind of picture perfect. I think the John Wall era in Washington, D.C. should come to a close. If not, it already has. He's obviously had a ton of injuries issues. I know he's coming back. I know he looks super healthy right now. I think Washington has got to realize that Bradley Beal and John Wall are not going to be winning them a championship together as a pair. So I think it's probably time for them to move on from John Wall. Obviously, his rather large contract is going to make that a little bit tough. It's $41 million a year. Was it ever really get any higher than that? Yeah, it gets all the way up to $47 million. So that's where we kind of get tough. I will trade him after this. Unfortunately, I'm not going to do the trade he's probably going to even get close to in real life. Like in real life, they're probably going to take back a bad contract. They might have to give up a pick, might have to give up another young guy as well, just because this contract is so bad for an aging veteran who is very injury prone, again, on a huge deal. It's kind of like the Chris Paul contract, but obviously he's a little bit younger than Chris Paul. Actually, a lot of bit younger than Chris Paul, but still, you get my point. It's a large contract. I think, personally, well, obviously, going back to the Chris Paul trade, for obviously the Houston Rockets got Russell Westbrook. It's a different point. When they were trying to trade Chris Paul before, they were not getting Russell Westbrook as a trade offer. Back to this video, I think the Cole Anthony fit is honestly good. Bradley Beal, obviously, oh wow, he's 27 already. I think he's 26 in real life. Cole Anthony is going to be a super young guy, but Bradley Beal coming in here a little bit younger. He's kind of emerged as the star of the team. I think it's a better fit than John Wall, honestly, in my opinion. I just don't think John Wall is going to be the type of leader that Bradley Beal is. I'm going to straight up say it. If you want to get mad at me in the comment section for that one, feel free. John Wall really hasn't shown me anything. I haven't seen anything. Straight up, he hasn't done much from a basketball standpoint. Like, what has he done? He got to a 4 seed one year or something. Like, it's just not it. So, for me, Cole Anthony does come in here. We got him at pick 8. That's what we ended up getting. I've seen him in mock drafts anywhere between like 4 or 5 and pick 15. So, really, these mock drafts are kind of hard to nail down until we actually know the exact draft order. That's when they kind of get more accurate, more specific. Until we know what team is where, that's where it kind of gets hard. So, I got him at pick 8. That's where it's going to be. As you can see here, we got Tyler Bay also in the second round. I manually picked this. He was the he was the highest rated prospect out of Colorado. I really don't know who that is at all. I know Cole Anthony a little bit is going to come in and be a 76 overall for us. So, it's definitely an interesting spot right now. Cole Anthony only being 20 years old. Excited to see what we can do. Hopefully he can flourish in this system next to Bradley Beal. That would obviously be ideal. Team player options here, Jerome Robinson. I will bring back. So I am going to work on that John Wall trade right now. Rui Hachimura, another young guy in here, their first round pick from last year. If I can get a trade for John Wall, I'm not gonna, rip anybody off. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna take Tobias Harris. Is basically what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna try to get it to a point where it's like kind of a salary dump kind of trade. Brandon Clarkson 82, but no, that would just kind of be ripping them off. So it's more of a salary dump kind of thing for me. If I can get a good trade, like, I honestly might just do this, give him to the Dallas Mavericks. Like, this is not the most unrealistic thing I've actually ever seen. Like, I might do this trade literally because I don't just want to, like, take away, like, I don't want to, I don't want to take D'Angelo Russell for John Wall. Like, that's just absolutely ridiculous. It never happened. So I'm going to do this trade with the Dallas Mavericks. I'm going to be sending them John Wall for Seth Curry and Tim Hardaway Jr. I think in this scenario, we would probably have to get back at least one young guy and maybe one pick, but I'm not going to fuss with it too much. I can get picked really easily in this game. So Seth Curry and Tim Hardaway Jr., welcome here. Dallas, honestly, isn't even a bad fit next to Luka Doncic, Kristaps Porzingis, if they end up with the money there. So now I'm going to kind of get into the little cheese mode, I like to call now, where I'm going to go ahead and kind of blow this team up. Obviously, a lot of bad contracts, Tim Hardaway Jr. being one of them that I just traded for. Thomas Bryant, I think, was a really good re-signing in real life. I don't think he plays as well in 2K as he does in real life, so I think that kind of goes without saying that I don't know if he's going to be our starting center the whole video. He might be here the whole video. I don't know if he's going to start for us. So Admiral Schofield, he's only 23 years old, but I just, like, I get it. You want the young guys to stay. You guys want them to stay. You want them to progress. Unfortunately, I know how this game works rather well. I know those guys are not going to ever contribute in a way that they should. Like, if they want to actually stay on this team and learn how to develop, like, I'd rather just have veteran guys on the bench who can come in if they have to on a minimum contract. Like, especially if I can get picks for these young guys. That's kind of like my big thing there. Kevin Porter Jr., not a bad signing or not a bad trade there. Let's see. I'm trying to save some money because I kind of trying to go not for the big ball in free agency, but I'm trying to get some things here that can kind of jumpstart this team a little bit. Sivy Mikayak, I don't know. So first round pick from the Spurs, first round pick from the Suns, and Ty Jerome isn't bad. I actually rather am interested in this this trade with the Cleveland Cavaliers. So who are other small forwards right now? Do we have any small forwards? Troy Brown Jr., Isaac Bonga. I'll give Troy Brown Jr. probably a year. Kevin Porter Jr. can be his backup. We're also going to acquire a second-round pick from the Cleveland Cavaliers there for Seth Curry. I don't really need him. Tim Hardaway Jr., I'm just going to take the first salary dump that I see. Really no reason to keep him here. I get it. He was in the trade for John Wall. In real life, he could never be traded this quickly, obviously. But still, I don't really see a fit for him here. I'm probably going to do that trade with the Utah Jazz unless somebody else gives me a better pick. 2 first-round picks from the Detroit Pistons. Actually, it's 1 and then a protection backup, but it's better than just 1 from a better team. All right, I'm going to give Thomas Bryant probably a year to start, and this all pending on if I sign somebody good in free agency. Ish Smith, I no longer need on this team either. Again, just absolutely destroying this roster. I don't really, again, need any of these guys. Don't really want any of these guys. Have pretty much no interest in the majority of them. So as many first-round picks as I can take. We're a young team. That's obviously kind of the goal, is to acquire as many first-round picks as possible. Portland Trailblazers are going to give me an unprotected first for Ish Smith. All day, please. Who else do we have here that... Isaac Bonga, I'm not really interested. Tyler Bay, I will send to the G League for a year. And then we can kind of see where this team is at after this. Isaac Bonga, if you just want to get me a first-round pick from the Clippers, that's perfect. So qualifying offers, we have none. So now we can see exactly what the team is looking like at this point in time. So Cole Anthony is our only point guard. Tyler Bay will be in the G League. Bradley Beal will not have a backup. I'm actually going to roll these 2 up probably for this year, unless, I can go out and sign somebody big. But it's pretty much Anthony Davis, and that's it in this draft class. Troy Brown Jr. and Kevin Porter Jr. as well. Rui Hachimura, I would love to develop. If he can develop well, I would have no problem him being my starter at power forward this whole video. If he can't, and he ends up being the 6th, 7th man for the rest of the video, that's also fine. We'll see how that goes there. And then, honestly, I'll give Bryant another year, along with, I guess I'll let Wagner be our backup. No problem there. He's a 78 overall. Bryant's a 79. Just morale's hurt a little bit. So, at this point, I need a backup power forward, and I need a backup point guard. And then we're kind of all set. I don't really need to spend much money in this year's free agency. I don't really plan on spending much money. Anthony Davis is here. I would obviously kill to get him, but it gets kind of boring if I just go out and sign Anthony Davis in every video or something like that. So at this point, I'm trying to sign somebody who is not too old, maybe like a Trey Burke, who I don't really get too much. I'll give him like $13, maybe $14 million a year for 2 years, and then at the backup power forward spot, maybe like a Marcus Morris Sr. Honestly, not that bad. But we can do a 3-year deal with him. Probably going to end up moving on from him eventually anyways. We're going to sign both those guys. Davis, I forgot we had Davis Bertans. I'm actually going to renounce the rights here on I'm not going to accept that Marcus Morris deal. Totally forgot we had Davis Bertans. 100% my fault. Okay, I guess I just pissed him off by signing Marcus Morris or something. Well, all right. Yeah, that sucks. I fucked that one up, definitely. Marcus Morris, if you want to come here, I'd be happy to take you now. I guess I fucked that up and didn't get Davis Bertans. Is what it is. It's okay. Trey Burke and Marcus Morris, welcome to the team. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're all set. I'll see you guys at the start of the first year. All right, guys. So year number 1 here. The rotation is pretty much all set. Cole Anthony, Bradley Beal. It's going to be our backcourt. I'm very excited to see how I can do 35 minutes and 37 minutes respectively. Obviously, Bradley Beal being the best player on this team, kind of leading this team. Troy Brown Jr. is going to get a shot at small forward. Probably not going to be here the entire video. Just keeping it 100 with you guys. I don't want to, give you guys false hope. Those of you who are Troy Brown Jr. fans. Rui Hachimura. I'm excited to see what he can do. He's up to an 82 overall. I sent him to untapped potential. Also, I never even showed you guys my staff because I kind of, just skip through this. This is my staff. Caleb Rogers was the only CFO that would sign with me. Joshua Sanford was here. I didn't fire him. I did not fire Scott Brooks. I kept him. I did fire our assistant coach and signed Trent Peterson. Caleb Montgomery was here, and then I signed my guy Randy Martin as well, just because I want those 3 untapped potentials. So that's it for that. Back to this rotation. And then Thomas Bryant's going to be our starting center. Still young, 79 overall, 23 years old. I definitely think he could develop decently well. If he does, I'll keep him the entire video. It literally all depends how free agency and stuff goes like that next year. So we still got a super young team. I'm pumped to see what we can do this bench. Also, what I was going to say is, yeah, it sucks I didn't sign Davis Bertans. But the thing I'm not that mad about is that he's kind of like a starting caliber player at the power forward spot. And yeah, technically maybe I could have moved Hachimura to small forward and still started Burton to power forward, but I don't know. I think when we kind of get into a pissing match, I'm fine with the Marcus Morris signing. He's more of a veteran type player. This team's super young. We need some veteran leadership, even though it really is not going to affect the game that much. So, yeah, I screwed up on the Burton's end, but that's kind of my little spiel about that. So, Morris is going to be our 6th man playing 25 minutes a night. Mo Wagner in here as well as our backup big man. Kevin Porter Jr. playing 15 a night, and then Trey Burke going to be our backup point guard with 12 minutes. So, and then we have Torrey Craig here as well, if you want to count him. So, yeah, it's a team. Hopefully Cole Anthony can, develop pretty well. Hopefully Bradley Beal can do his thing, maybe lead it to a playoff spot. That's it for me. I'll catch you guys at the end of the first year. Luka Doncic, wow, with a triple-double here to end the first season. We go 49 and 33. You will see that in the bottom right. Oh, now you can see it anyways. Yeah, Luka Doncic, absolutely insane triple-double. Cole Anthony, Rookie of the Year. Hey, absolutely will take that. 20 points for him, almost 5 rebounds, 8 assists on the dot, 1.5 steals, half a block. Shot almost 50% from the field, 40% from 3. That's a super solid rookie year for me. Fucking rhyming again. I don't even know what's happening. Yeah, absolutely will take that from Cole Anthony there. Dennis Schroeder going to be the 6th man. Kawhi Leonard, Defensive Player of the Year in LA. Markelle Fultz, Most Improved. Good to see him, kind of back on track a little bit. Rick Carlisle, Coach of the Year. So, again, 49 wins, not bad by any means. We ended up being a 5 seed, so pretty much what John Wall did, I guess, and we're paying Cole Anthony a hell lot of less money. So, yeah, absolutely will take 49 wins. Player stats on the year. Led in scoring by Bradley Beal, who was most likely an all-star. I didn't even see if he was on an All-NBA first team or anything. Hachimura was super solid as well. 16 points, 7 rebounds, only 1 assist. Not bad, though. Troy Brown Jr., not bad. Still probably going to look for a replacement. Thomas Bryant, honestly, was 0.1 points off a double-double, so it's not terrible. Again, it's all going to depend on what happens this offseason. Rebounds was Thomas Bryant. Assists was Cole Anthony. So here in the first round, we got the Atlanta Hawks. I guess I'd rather face them than the 6-seeded Celtics. But other than that, it's not going to be an easy matchup. Trae Young is just absolutely unbelievable. John Collins is unbelievable as well. We are 2-2 with them right now. Up 3-2. And actually, we go on in the next round. We're going to be taking on the 1-seeded Philadelphia 76ers. That's probably going to be all she wrote for us. Okay, we're up 1-0. 2-0. Okay, we're battling a little bit here with Philly. Now they win 2 straight. They go on and win 3 straight, and they're going to probably close. Okay, Game 7, and we lose Game 7. Okay. I got a little up and down there a little bit, but we ended up blowing a 2-0 lead, I guess, if you want to call it that. Blew a 3-2 lead as well. So, were we down 3-2? We were down 3-2. Never mind, we didn't blow a 3-2 lead. Dallas Mavericks going on to the NBA Finals, and good to see them getting a Finals. John Wall did get a ring there, so happy to see that. They beat my Celtics, which is unfortunate, but it's okay. Up to staff signing. I just want to make sure everything's on the come up. Caleb Rogers, you're good. I'll give Rick Carlisle, Scott Brooks 1 more year. See what we can do there. If he doesn't end up, panning out, I'll obviously look for a new head coach after this year. Because I do plan on making a decently big move in this year's free agency, if not in the trade department. So we have a couple first-round picks here. Maybe potentially some of which could be in trades if I want to include Marcus Morris and Thomas Bryant. I wouldn't mind maybe looking for a cheaper option at the center position. I kind of do have a guy in mind that I am looking for. Bam Adebayo is a free agent. That guy right there is Clint Capella. I think this could honestly be a really solid trade if it's going to be Marcus Morris Sr. along with Thomas Bryant. I think this should be a decent trade. I'll also throw you pick 21. They agree to that. Okay, cool. That works for me. Clint Capella is basically making, I think, probably less money than them combined. He's going to come in here being 87 overall. Obviously a really solid defensive center. And then can grab some boards as well and probably put up like close to 15 points. So content with that. What were his stats last year? That's probably something you should look at, before you trade for him. But I know how he kind of plays in this game. So he put up, 12 points, 10.5 boards. I'm honestly not mad about that. He got traded a little bit. Well, he played on a Portland Trailblazers team with Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum, who are both very ball dominant. So happy with that. I'm still good with Hachimura being here. I don't really plan on using these 2 picks, so I'm going to go ahead and look to see if I can trade them. 2 future firsts from the Memphis Grizzlies. That's perfect for me. So up to team player options at this point. Hopefully don't need to re-sign anybody too big. I forgot to send Tyler Bay to the G League. That's a kick in the balls right there. I'm going to bring him back and unfortunately probably look to move on from him. Just because I beefed that one up. I should have sent him to the G League. I obviously, forgot to do that. So he's still a 72 overall. So at this point in time, I'm not really that mad with this team. I'm pretty content with where we're actually at. I think maybe potentially looking at some free agent small forwards because I know, Giannis and Kawhi are here. I'm going to make a bid for Kawhi if he wants to end up signing with us. I would obviously love it. I don't really get Kawhi that often, and Kawhi's going to come here. So Kawhi Leonard, welcome to Washington. He's going to be our new starting small forward, obviously. Kind of goes without saying. So pretty happy about that. That was obviously our big free agent, marquee free agent. He's going to be next to Bradley Beal, Cole Anthony, Clint Capella, and I really think this team's going in the right direction at this point. So at this point, I obviously don't need any backup small forwards. That's where we kind of get into a touchy area. If Kevin Porter Jr. could play shooting guard, I will move him there unless his overall takes a huge hit. No, he's still a 78 overall at shooting guard, so he's going to be my backup shooting guard there. Don't need Troy Brown Jr. Or Tyler Bay, really. So if I can maybe go out and trade them for a backup power forward, would not mind that as well. So Troy Brown Jr. And Tyler Bay. Can you give me a power forward? Let's just see what we got here. in the big man department. Mo Wagner can also play power forward, so if I only get offered a center or something. Larry Nance Jr. is honestly probably what I'm going to go with. Yeah, that looks good to me. Enos Kander, my boy Penis there. Dwight Powell. Rondé Hollis Jefferson, not terrible. Ooh, Eric Pascal. Wow, I'm surprised the Warriors are wanting to give him up. That's crazy. He is a free agent next year, but still. And we get a first-round pick. Eric Pascal, welcome to the team. All right, did not think that was going to happen. Yeah, we should be good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll see you guys at the start of year number 2 with the rotation. All right, guys, in year number 2 here, this is how the rotation is going to look. Cole Anthony, obviously, this video, up to an 82 overall. Going to be playing 35 minutes here in his sophomore season. Bradley Beal, our starting shooting guard. Glad I didn't end up trading him. He's in here. He's going to be our number 2 guy, obviously, next to the man. Kawhi Leonard here in Washington. Very interesting fit. 37 minutes a night for him. Rui Hachimura is developing quite nicely, I would honestly say. He's going to take a dip in scoring a little bit. That's obvious. Everybody's going to when you add a superstar, one of the best top 3, top 4 players in the league. And then Clint Capella, our new starting center in here. I just need some defense from him to grab some rebounds. I don't really need any points. Benz, I'm surprised the Warriors gave up Eric Pascal that easily. He's going to be in here as a 6-man. Kevin Porter Jr. in here as our backup shooting guard. Mo Wagner in here as well. And then Trey Burke as our 9th and final guy backing up Cole Anthony. So very happy with this team. At the moment, I'm definitely thinking we're going to be a top 3 seed in this Eastern Conference, probably closer to top 2 or top seed. I'll see you guys at the end of season number 2. So in a second season here, same MVP as last year with Luka Doncic, 1 assist off from a triple-double. As you can see in the bottom right corner, we do have a significantly better record, 66 and 16. Kawhi Leonard at the helm now, our new I was going to say star, and then going to say superstar, and it came out star. Something dumb, our new superstar. Jesus Christ. Cade Cunningham, Rookie of the Year, is on the New Orleans Pelicans. Assuming he was the first overall pick. He always is. Yes, he was. Bol 6th man of the year. This dude develops weirdly in this game. I've seen him get up to like a 92 overall. It makes no sense, but good for him, I guess. I wanted my Celtics to draft him, but we got an even better guy with Taco Fall. Anthony Davis, Defensive Player of the Year here. Theo Maledon, most improved for the Phoenix Suns. And Scott Brooks going to take home Coach of the Year for us. So I'm going to see if we don't make it to at least the Eastern Finals. Scott Brooks is probably going to be on his way out. I think, honestly, 66 wins is impressive, but when you have Kawhi Leonard here and Bradley Beal and a bunch of young developing guys, Cole Anthony still put up 20 points and almost 10 assists. That's perfect. Bradley Beal still led us in scoring. Then it was Kawhi, Cole Anthony. Rui Hachimura is still super solid for us here. Clint Capella, 13 points, 12.5 boards. All I need from him. Rebounds department was Capella, and then assist was Cole Anthony. So first round here, we got the Miami Heat. Not an easy first round matchup in the slightest, but I'd rather face them than face the Milwaukee Bucks, who are a 7 seed. Like, give me the Knicks, who are a 6 seed. Literally, just do that. Imagine if like the higher seeds could pick who they could play. Like, imagine if the 1 seed would be like, no, I want to play the 5 seed. Actually, that would be cool. That would be a fun idea for the NBA to implement. We got the Boston Celtics here in Eastern Conference semifinals. Bottom of the East is going to be New York and Milwaukee. I'm assuming the Knicks probably signed like Giannis or something. Are we seriously about to lose to the Celtics? All right, who the Knicks signed? Because there's no way they just kept this team. Yeah, there it is. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Makes sense. Mitchell Robinson here as well. Julius Randle. Play Giannis at small forward. Don't start Kevin Knox and play Julius Randle. Actually, I guess that's a toss-up for who's really better there. Over there in the West, it's going to be Golden State and Dallas. Good to see Golden State. Well, not good to see, but interesting to see Golden State back on track to where they once were. Yeah, Steph, Clay, Andrew Wiggins. They traded for Aaron Gordon. They drafted James Wiseman. See, this is what I'm saying in real life. Like, they could end up with a team very similar to this. They could draft James Wiseman, except for power forward. I'm assuming Eric Pascal is going to be there. But, like, if you have a starting lineup of, like, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, Eric Pascal, and James Wiseman, that's a 1, 2, a 3, maybe a 4 seed. Like, somewhere in the mix of there in that Western Conference. I mean, everybody's like, oh, the Warriors suck, dynasty over. No, not really. I mean, as soon as these two are healthy, you never really know. And then Andrew Wiggins, if he can be a great third option for a team, I get it. Like, number 1 overall picks are not supposed to be third options in any way, shape, or form. But beside the point, we're here in the NBA Finals taking on the Warriors. That's kind of my point right now. We are up 3-0. I will hop in and get some gameplay right now because who knows if we'll be here next year. So Scott Brooks will not be fired. I'm trying to sweep. If we could do that, that would be nice. Defensive battle here. We're up 6, 4 minutes left. I'll see you guys in there. So do want to make sure the starters are in. I'm excited to see how this team can, kind of do outside of, just simming. Trying to deny a ball. Oh, my God. Clint Capella just absolutely ate shit. 3-pointer. I didn't even see who shot that. No good, though. Cole Anthony's got 26 points on the night. He is quick as hell. Blows by Steph Curry right up to the rack. Going to get the contact. Wow. He is quick. He is, like, seriously quick. I mean, I don't watch a ton of UNC games in real life. I haven't watched a ton of college basketball this year. You normally tend to wait for March Madness like a lot of people. And obviously that didn't happen. But still, Cole Anthony's really good in this game. I mean, he's obviously really good in real life. He's supposed to be a top 10 pick. But beside the point, sometimes, the prospects don't always turn out to be as good. in the game. So I'm going to use Kawhi. He's only got 17 points in the night, but that's okay. I'm fine with that. So normally what I'd like to do in these videos is kind of talk about the state of the team when I'm, in these kind of championship modes, because it's better than just doing a commentary over the game. You guys aren't blind. You can obviously, see the game. So I think for the Wizards, their biggest thing is going to be moving on from John Wall. Obviously, it's not an easy contract to move in any way, shape, or form. And, I get it. You're going to have some issues. You might have to give up a draft pick that you otherwise didn't want to. Bradley Beal for 3 right now. He's going to brick that one out. Surprisingly, that didn't go in. But I think if you're going to get rid of John Wall, I get it. It's a hard thing to do. He was your #1 overall pick. You're not going to want to trade him. It's always the toughest part. It's just pulling the trigger, getting rid of him. The Pelicans did it with Anthony Davis. They're on the up and up right now. I mean, just you got to do it at some point. The Kings did it with DeMarcus Cousins at one point. I mean, you got to trade at some point. Not everything's going to work the way you want it to. I get it. You want John Wall here. You want Bradley Beal here. You want Rui Hachimura to develop. You hope Troy Brown Jr. can, kind of contribute a little bit. You hope Thomas Bryant can do something, but that's not a championship team, even if it's fully healthy. That's probably a 5 or a 6 seed, if we're being honest, in today's NBA. So that's just kind of my main point. I think trading John Wall is going to help. It's going to give them salary cap room, which they otherwise might not have as much of, obviously. And then it's also going to let a young guy, like even if it's not Cole Anthony, even if it's another point guard, maybe you can get LaMelo Ball. Who knows what's going to end up happening? I just think the biggest thing is getting rid of that contract and letting your young guys develop for when that contract isn't here. Kawhi Leonard going to go home, or go ahead and slam that one home. But that's my biggest thing. If they're not going to trade John Wall, I get it. It's a hard thing to do. Not every owner can, kind of ball up, sack up, whatever the hell you want to call it, and do that. I think they absolutely should do that. It's going to be for the best benefit of the team. I think that kind of goes without saying. But it's also, again, it's a tough contract move. It's not just like easy to snap your fingers and John Wall's gone. I get that. I understand that. I think, again, as I mentioned, if you can find a deal where you have to take back a little bit of money, even if it's obviously not for the same length of time as John Wall, that's where the biggest thing comes in to play. If it's for the same length of time, then might as well keep the better talent. Okay, good block there. Rui Hachimura. Let me just pass it out here. Cole Anthony. I'm going to try to use him a lot. I mean, he is today's video. Drive down to the rack. Going to miss the layup. Good board. Capella going to go up. Going to get fouled. Going to go to the free throw line. But yeah, if you can find a trade, there were obviously nobody wanted Chris Paul at one point in time. They obviously worked out that trade with the Oklahoma City Thunder, in which they acquired Russell Westbrook, which is working out to an extent. But I think, you look at Chris Paul now, who everybody thought was a washed veteran on one of the worst contracts in the NBA, and he's having an unbelievable season. Like, that's just my biggest thing. You never really know with these guys. I get it. John Wall's also bouncing back from an injury. He's also younger. So I'm kind of going off topic here a little bit. This is why I need to do like NBA talk videos, because people would seriously enjoy me. Like, people enjoy it when I talk about the NBA, I feel like, more than when I'm just rambling about gameplay, which is what I try to do. James Wiseman fell out there. It's interesting. But you move John Wall, you open new beginnings. You finally let Bradley Beal, have full reins of the team, which he basically has since John Wall is, been injured. But when John Wall's there, I feel like it's more John Wall's team, because he kind of was the face of the franchise before Bradley Beal came in. He hasn't gone anywhere, so he kind of technically still is. I get it. Bradley Beal has looked pissed. I'm surprised Bradley Beal hasn't even gotten close to requesting a trade. I know he signed that huge contract with them. How recently ago was it? I believe he signed it was a foul on Capella. I believe he signed a recently large contract. You just can't piss him off. He's your guy going forward. He's not a lot younger. He's a couple years younger than John Wall on a much better contract. He's a lot better of a player. He's not injury prone. I'm going to stop rambling. You got my point. I'll see you guys with the Finals MVP. So there's 3 guys I would say you could definitely be Finals MVP, either Kawhi Leonard, Bradley Beal, or Cole Anthony. I'm going to say, yeah. Oh, wow. Cole Anthony, 30 points, 7 rebounds, almost 10 assists. Good for him in his second season here in the NBA on the Washington Wizards. Going to be Finals MVP. So very happy I drafted him, obviously. Up to staff signing now. Joshua Sanford. No reason to not bring back Scott Brooks. He just won a championship with us. It'd be kind of weird not to bring him back if I can find him. Scott Brooks right here. Not going to hopefully ask for too much money. He's going to come back to this team on a $15 million contract over 4 years. So I'm not going to draft Joe Nobody. Jesus Christ. Let's head up to the actual draft now. We have the 6th overall pick from the Pistons and a bunch of other picks here. So here's the thing. This is why I don't really love trading for picks this late, because I don't really need anything. This team's pretty much all set. If I trade Capella in these 2 picks, what do I get? Miles Turner and Sabonis. That's not terrible. Jalen Johnson, Michael Porter Jr. See, I just don't need that. If I could maybe go out and get Karl Anthony Towns, I would be interested. I don't know if it's going to happen. It's totally untouchable, so it's not going to happen. Embiid, are you untouchable too? He's not untouchable. All right, who's under contract? I don't think we have any, but yeah, it's just these guys under contract. So if you want picks in Clint Capella for Karl Anthony Towns. For Joel Embiid, excuse me. By all means, take it. Probably not going to happen. I assumed it probably wasn't going to. Yeah, nope, not going to happen. Porzingis, I got him in a video yesterday. Gobert's not that much of an improvement. Is Jokic untouchable? I'm assuming Nikola Jokic is just totally untouchable. It's not untouchable. Again, assuming it's probably not going to happen here. This Jazz pick actually had some really good value. I'm assuming this Grizzlies pick probably does as well. Yeah, 2 stars there. You can have this pick. I'm strongly assuming this is not going to go through. It's just kind of, spitballing here, seeing what can happen now. So that's not going to happen. Again, I'm just going to probably trade these picks at this point. I don't really have a reason to, keep or draft anybody with these picks. Like Eric Bledsoe is a 6-man. That's actually not that bad. I might take that. Eric Bledsoe can be my new backup point guard. Christian Wood in pick 13. Again, don't need any picks. Jalen Brunson here as well, only 25 years old. I can get DeMontis Sabonis, but I do want Rui Hachimura back on this team. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and take Eric Bledsoe. We're also going to get this Richard Solomon guy. Bledsoe's going to be our 6-man. I don't really ever use him. That's why I'm going to take him here. Richard Solomon, who in the hell is this? I don't know who this is. I don't really have any interest in knowing who this is. So, yeah, just swap picks, whatever you want to do there. And then we do have a couple other picks here. Don't really need these, so have fun in Dallas. And then we have a couple seconds, I believe, here as well. And then that's kind of it. Just going to, kind of re-sign guys. Also, I signed Bradley Beal to a contract extension at the contract extension deadline. I should have mentioned that at some point in the video, but I did. So he is not a free agent at this point in time. He is officially under a new contract. I'm sure a bunch of you guys were wondering about that. But yeah, qualifying offers, Eric Pascal, Mo Wagner, both free agents. Would not mind bringing either of them back. I definitely think they're both key guys to this rotation and definitely the success of it. I know I always like to say I like to change up the team at some point every single year. I did. I just signed Eric Bledsoe, or traded for Eric Bledsoe. So, ooh, Katie to the Heat. That's interesting. Kevin Durant, you want to come here on a very, very cheap deal? Didn't think so. Okay. Eric Pascal hopefully just gives him this qualifying. Hopefully the same goes with Mo Wagner, who wants a lot of money for being Mo Wagner. Yeah, it looks like it's going to give him. So, Trey Burke, thank you for your time. Unfortunately, you're no longer needed here. Hopefully it's going to give them their qualifying offers. I believe that's probably how it should work, because I gave them the contracts on day 1 of moratorium. If this game wants to load, I mean, that would obviously be appreciated. Yeah, Eric Pascal, Mo Wagner, both going to get their qualifying. I have no reason to trade either of them. They're backups and they're 80+ overalls. All I really need, and they're also making $2 million and $4.5 million respectively. All right, so at this point, yeah, we're kind of all set. I made a change to the team. Eric Bledsoe going to be our new backup point guard. So I'm all set. I'll see you guys at the start of the 3rd and final year. So here at the start of the 3rd and final year, this is how the rotation is going to look. Cole Anthony up to an 88 overall. Love to see that. Bradley Beal still here. Still shining star. Probably going to lead us in points. Kawhi Leonard was a big, big signing for us. Very, very happy with him. Rui Hachimura, 84 overall. Not as high as I would have liked him to be. I would have liked him to be around an 86, 87. I'm still okay with it. I'm chilling with that. Clint Capella in here. Hopefully just be a monster on the boards again. We're all good there. Eric Pascal going to come in here and be our 6-man. Kevin Porter Jr. in here as well. Bledsoe did regress to an 80 overall. He's going to be an unbelievable defensive guard off the bench. That's all I really need from him. And then Mo Wagner in here as well. 10 minutes a night, backup big man. So very content with this team. I'm trying to repeat. Hopefully we can do that. I'll see you guys at the end of the 3rd and final year. So we end this 3rd and final season here. Giannis Antetokounmpo is the MVP. We went 60-22. Not ideal, but still not a bad record. Imoni Bates, Rookie of the Year. I don't know. Bol, I don't know the 2022 draft or 2021 draft class. 2022? Yeah, just it is 2022 draft class at all. I barely know the 2021 draft class. Hell, I barely know the 2020 draft class. So don't shit on me for not knowing 2022, guys. Bol, 6-man of the year. Anthony Davis, Defensive Player of the Year. Once again, I believe these two were the exact same last year. Naz Reid, Most Improved, is on the Portland Trail Blazers, and Lloyd Pierce wins Coach of the Year. We had a better record, but it's all right. We're still a 1 seed. All I really care about. Yeah, best record in the NBA playoffs, or excuse me, player stats on the year. Bradley Beal. Cole Anthony actually scored more points than Kawhi. Interesting. Rui Hachimura, not bad. Clint Capella, 14.5 boards is not bad at all. Rebounds did go to Capella, obviously, and assists was Cole Anthony. Team stats needed. We put up points per game. 3rd points per game. 2nd best differentials. Give us the, or 2nd in defense. Give us the 2nd best differential. All right, that's interesting. I still think we're probably the best team in the league. New Orleans, obviously, with Zion's pretty good, but we're taking on Toronto here in the 1st round. I think we should beat them rather easily. Pascal Siakam against Rui Hachimura is pretty much their only advantage, I would say. I think at this point, Cole Anthony's probably definitely better than a 36-year-old Kyle Lowry. I don't think that's really up for debate. We end up beating them in 5. Atlanta Hawks here in round number 2. Bottom of the East is going to be Boston and Miami there. Boston, Miami. Again, when LeBron was in Miami and the Celtics still had Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett, they had some battles, and I miss those. I miss those so much. I was like 13, 14 years old at those times. Ah, the good old days. We end up beating Boston there in 5 games. So we're going on in the NBA Finals, taking on the New Orleans Pelicans, who have Cade Cunningham, 89, Shake Milton, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, Jackson Hayes, Steven Adams, Tyrese Maxey, Nikhil Alexander-Walker, Trey Burke, our old friend, Derek Jones Jr., Jesus Christ. This is like on an all-80 team. They still have Drew Holiday, and he's at the end of their bench. God damn. This is going to be a tough matchup for us. I say that. We're up 2-1, 3-1. And can we close them out here and go back-to-back? Okay. If I have to hop in here, I'm obviously going to here in Washington, D.C. If I have to hop in. If I don't have to, okay, it's getting close. Looks like we are going to take this one home, win Game 7, win the NBA Finals. Finals MVP Cole Anthony for back-to-back years. He's up to a 90 overall. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like down below. If you guys make sure to subscribe. I know a ton of you are probably coming over from my rebuild battle I just did with 6 Rings of Steel. Absolute time with that. If you guys haven't seen it, it's my most recent video. Please feel free to go check it out. This one's now done. If you guys have any other video suggestions, please feel free to leave that down below in the comment section. Any other YouTubers you'd like me to collab with as well. I'd be happy to hit up some of your local favorites. Anything you guys really want me to do, I'd be happy to hit them up and give that a try. So any other video ideas, feel free to leave them down below. If you guys want to check out my new merch, it'll also be in the link in the description. It ended up coming out fire. I just ordered a new hoodie. Absolute flames. They're clean as hell. I think they are anyways. So thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one.